firstly, what I want to focus on is like trading and laning. And I guess it starts already with what item to take because, I've played a year ago and I got to gold 1, and then I stopped playing for like a year because I was traveling, and then I returned like mid-July, and now I'm like getting back into it. And so the meta changed a bit, where you have Doran's Shield as an ADC starting item, right?
Yep.
So, but I never really know when to take what.
Okay, so basically, Doran's Shield is an item you cannot go wrong with, right? It's just super safe, catch-all, great for laning, and the only downside for Doran's Shield is that it sucks in its scaling, right? So what we mean by that is that the later the game goes on, the more worthless it is, right? Because it gives you flat HP regen, right? So if you have 100 health, 5 health a second sounds really good, right? But if you have 1,000,000 health, 5 health a second is like trash, right? It doesn't do anything. So Doran's Blade is the opposite, right? So Doran's Blade gives you a lifesteal, which is really good the later the game goes on, right? So say you have a bunch of AD, was it like 2% lifesteal, whatever, how much it is really good. It's better than 0. But then at the beginning of the game, this lifesteal is not that great because you got the lowest damage you could possibly have. And if you're getting pushed in, you can't hit any minions, right? So you can't go wrong with Doran's Shield, basically. So Doran's Shield is like the safe option. Doran's Blade is like if you want to be greedy and you want to like win even harder with scaling into the later game, right? You don't have to sell your blade. Then you can go for that. But I'm pretty sure most people just take the shield. But yeah, so you're leashing. Oh wow, these are colorful minions.
Wait a second. So does it depend on the matchup at all? What item you take?
Okay, so the worse the matchup is, the more you should definitely take Doran's Shield. But if you have like a super hard winning matchup, you can go for the blade if you want. But I think most people will say like if you take blade in a winning matchup and something goes wrong, like your support makes a mistake and there's nothing you can do, you might be sad that you took shield. You might be sad that you took blade, right? So pretty much Doran, you like can't go wrong with Doran's Shield. But if you want to play like greedy kind of style where you think you're gonna win super hard, so it doesn't matter, you can take blade, right? So in this matchup, taking blade is not necessarily bad. It's hard for Alistar to do anything. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage. That was really good. But it's hard for them to just like outright outlane you guys because you have Janna versus Alistar, right? So you're winning this super hard. Okay, so you said you wanted help on laning.
Wait a second.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Well, okay, so on the stuff I want to focus on is also map movements because I often don't know what I should be doing on the map. And also this one guy looked at my OPDG and he said it looked pretty good, but the win rate sucks. So macro game might be a problem.
Okay. Well, definitely.
And also I want to look at warding a little bit if possible.
Oh, warding? Okay. Yeah. Perfect. This is all good stuff. To look at. So yeah, shall we proceed with the laning then?
Yeah. Okay. That's all.
Cool. So that is good. It's good. It gives us a focus that we can look at. So, in terms of trading, what do you know about trading?
Well, I know there's like different kinds of lanes, like sustain lanes and all-in lanes and that kind of stuff.
That's good. So how would you classify Jinx Janna, for example?
It's not really all-in, so it's more like sustain but with a shield. And the other lane would be an all-in lane with Alistar, right?
It's not necessarily like sustain. Sustain is like kind of you can heal out with Nami or whatever. This is more like a trade. This is like a trading lane. You want to trade with your shield is up, right? Because you're strong at certain points, but weak when you don't have that strength, right? So you're strong when the shield is up, but you're weak when it's not, right? So that's like a trading lane. I can't really think of another example, honestly. But
Lulu maybe.
Yeah, maybe Lulu too, right? She wants to trade with her shield, right? And with her Q, but if it's down, definitely don't want to trade, right? So this is a trading lane. What about Tristana, Alistar?
That's an all-in lane.
Yeah, they want to fucking go on you and kill you. If they don't kill you, they die, right? So if they go on you and they don't kill you, they lose. But it's hard for them to go on you because you're just hitting them and they don't know if they can go in or not, right? So so far you're doing really well because you want to trade, especially level 1 when Alistar can't even go on you without his combo, right? So this is really good. But what should you be doing right now?
I should be poking them when the shield is up, probably, or trading when the shield is up.
Here's a hint. Look at the map real quick.
Oh, helping my jungler. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So whenever your team needs help, you have to go. Right.
Okay.
So laning is a good way to maybe generate an advantage, get a CS advantage. Maybe win your lane. But if you can change the game by going to help your team, you gotta go. You should go. Right. This is your chance to win the game. Like imagine if you go kill this Warwick, or Nocturne gets the kill, you guys won jungle already. Right. That's like game changing. So if you can change the game, you go change the game. That's my philosophy at least. So when you see this Warwick like messing with your Nocturne, especially when you're winning lane, right? If you can go first, you go first, right? So what happens if you go first?
If you're not winning lane, you can't go, right?
Right. No,
because I had a game like that.
It depends, right? If you're not winning lane, okay. So say you're losing lane, you're getting pushed in. Your jungler is in their jungle, and then he gets collapsed on. You can't do anything, right? Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're in your jungle, maybe you can go there first because it's closer to you guys, right? These guys have to take the long way. You can go through your tower, right? So in this case, you're winning and it's in your jungle, so you should definitely go immediately, right? You just maybe if you want to be greedy, you get level 2 and you go. But here, I think you can go, and this Warwick's gonna die, right? So if you can go change the game, you should go immediately, right? I think that fight's been going on for a while, but Brand should also be going as well, right? If you can go help, right? Within one lane's distance is what we call being able to help, right? So if we look at numbers advantage, how many people do they have, and how many people do you have?
They have 1 and we have 3 because we get there first, and then
their
bot lane comes, or we also have Brand theoretically. So
say like don't worry about who gets there first. Right now it's just who is within one lane's distance is what I'm trying to ask. How many people on your team?
Of our team?
Yes, and how many people on their team?
2 to 4. I don't know if you count the enemy bot as in distance.
Yeah, everyone counts. Everyone counts. Okay, anyone within one lane counts.
4 versus 4.
4 versus 4, right? So then, so now you know it's 4 versus 4. You have the advantage because you get there first, right? So you have a slight advantage because you get there first. So first you ask yourself how many people are there, right? Because if it was, say, if their Shen was here, right? It was 4 versus 5, but you can get there first. You have to weigh, whether or not you getting there first outweighs their number advantage. Usually it does not, right? Numbers advantage is super strong. So 4 versus 4, and then you get there first. So definitely go help, I would say, right? They're still, I don't know what's going on over here, but they're still fucking fighting. But if you take a look, I don't
know if I saw that in game, to be honest.
That's kind of awkward. Yeah, that's like you can win the game right there, basically, if you can turn that fight. So that's like the first thing to note is if a fight breaks out and you can help, you should go help, right? That's like super important in solo queue, especially. But yeah, so now it's just standard 2v2. So yeah, now if you hit them, what happens? What's the worst? On me. What's the worst case? Yeah, Ali combos you.
Alistair jumps on me and Warwick comes ganking me or something.
Exactly. Because now your jungler is dead. You don't know. You have no clue what their jungler is doing. I mean, he probably gained a level by killing that guy, and he's taking scuttle. So they could be right here. So there's like consequences to like not helping, right? So if they go on you and then you guys like lose a summoner or whatever, it's like super hard. Like you can't. Your strategy was hit them when you have shield, right? But you can't do that anymore because their jungler could be like right there. That could be super risky. Not saying that you can't, but it can be risky, right? I know he's running at you, Jesus. Okay, I thought the Warwick is here or something. He was just being stupid. Okay, good. You played that safe. That's good. You generate an HP advantage. So basically, for laning, the general rule of thumb is HP advantage over CS over wave management. Okay, your Janna's like AFK. What's going on?
Yeah, she was like, I don't know what was happening. She said she was looking somewhere else.
I mean, you win this. Wait, whoa, what happened? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was scared I was going to die, so I flashed away.
Even though she's level 3, the fact that your minions are hitting her is like really strong, right? Okay, so this is more of a in this matchup, Tristana, how does Tristana do maximum damage?
With her bomb.
Right, exactly. She max charge bomb, right? So if you can play around that, you win. 100%, right?
Okay.
Do you agree? So say everything's relatively even. You're playing Jinx, so it's kind of hard to tell, but if you land your zap and you just auto attack her, that's like your maximum damage, right? So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
does, you do your maximum damage, she does not do her maximum damage, you win, right? So you take a look at this. She's level 3. You're like lost a little bit of HP, but because you have a bunch of minions and they can't get her maximum damage off because of the exhaust, you pretty much guarantee the win here if you can just hit her. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if she used flash already. I mean, heal. So I was like, and I used it already, so I was unsure if I could kill her.
Oh yeah, she still has heal, but she's still tanking like a bunch of minions, right? So if Jenna wards this and you had kept hitting her, I think it was possible, but it's fine. Wait, how'd you even lose that much HP in the first place?
I was a bit low early on.
Oh, it's because Alistair tanked a bunch of hits. I mean, that's fine. I think she was just AFK. I don't know what she was doing, but
Oh yeah.
but honestly, this is still a good trade for you. You didn't have to flash here, but if you know that you can prevent her from using her maximum damage, you're okay, right? Because she got exhausted. If she hadn't exhausted, then yeah, you flash. But you Jenna exhausted that correctly, so.
What did you say earlier about health advantage over what, CS or something?
Okay, so yeah. So basically, you want to in laning the order of importance. There are 3 big things, right? Your HP, because without HP you can't help your team. You can't fight. You get dove. All this other stuff. HP is the most important. Then CS, right? You need to get as much money as you can so you can buy the big items. And then the third is wave manipulation, right? Pushing, freezing, all that stuff. That's honestly, that comes last because the first 2 are more important. So HP advantage, most important, because if you can say you miss a CS but you do half their health, then you deny them like a bunch of CS, right? Because you have a huge HP advantage over them. So you losing that CS is like becomes insignificant because now they can't do anything, right? And similarly, the opposite is true. If you go for 1 CS and you get chunked out, that 1 CS isn't going to do you anything because now they can go roam into the river and go fight your jungler or something like that, and they can win like that. So HP is most important in lane. Then CS, then wave management. So I think you guys ended up pushing them out. But yeah, when you're laning, basically it's constantly thinking, what can they do and what is my counter? So what can they do? Combo me. What is our counter? Janna shield, Janna Nado's Tristana, right? So as long as Janna has her Nado, you don't have to be afraid of the combo, right? Unless Janna's standing on top of you or Janna wastes her Nado, right? So it doesn't matter what they do as long as you have a counter, you win. If you don't have a counter, you lose, right? That's the general thinking in laning, right? So if Tristana is going to jump on you, if you have no counter, you lose, right? So say Janna wastes her tornado and you have no counter to Tristana jump, you have to stay away from her jump, right? So here, you're probably going to get ganked, right? If you're not careful.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here.
So I don't know where their work is, but you guys are kind of pushed up. You're like somewhat safe, but not really. Okay, so the lower HP they have, the less chance this gank works because you're just going to kill them, right? So in a gank situation, if you can kill someone, you've won the gank, right? It's kind of considered winning the gank because in a gank, they want to kill you for free, right? If you escape a gank, that's also winning the gank, right? So what we mean by winning the gank is that it was a good result, right? If they gank you and you get away, good result. If they gank you, you get a kill, good result. Because what's going to happen is that they use their jungle resource to come down here and they didn't get enough from it. So your jungler is going to, win, do whatever he's doing and he's going to win that way. But yeah, it doesn't look like, this is kind of scary because Warwick could be here, right? Warwick could be right here.
Yeah, they just kill me.
Oh, they just kill you guys though. Okay, so let's back it up. So first of all, Warwick could be here, right?
Yeah, I was. I wanted to ward there, the Travis, to see if he was coming or something.
Even if it's warded, if he's here, you guys have to back. Okay, so this is another kind of general rule, is that this is why HP matters. If you're pushed up, right? If you're pushing them in and you have no HP, you die to a gank easily, right? Does that make sense? Compared to when you're full HP. So HP matters. And then the second thing is, do you have flash? If you have flash, you're somewhat safe, unless they're a really strong ganker, like Elise or something, right? So it's Warwick. If you have flash, you should be okay. So high HP, having no HP or having no flash is an indicator that a gank can work, right? That's how we figure out if we're safe from a gank or not. So in this case, they're super low, but you also have no flash and like 75% HP. So I think a gank is possible. Especially if they have heal, right? So you should be definitely very scared of anything like that. If you're basically if you're pushing, you don't want to trade. Because if you trade, you lose HP, you're going to get ganked, right? Unless the trade is really good, you don't want to trade when you're pushing, right? And then when you're getting dove, you don't want to trade because they can dive you easily, right? Say, for example, they want to dive you, but the laners trade to 1 HP. Everyone has 1 HP. The jungler comes in and just like one-shot someone, right? So when you're getting dove, don't trade. And when you're pushing up, don't trade. The opposite is true. When you're pushing
Okay,
them
wait. Let me write it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The opposite is true, right? So if you're trying to set up a dive, you want to trade as much as possible, right? And then when they're pushing you in, you want to trade so that your jungler can look for a gank, right? So I don't know what goes on here, but basically this is along the same lines of if you're pushing up, don't trade, right? So no matter what happens here, you don't want to trade. Even if your Janna is suiciding, you don't want to suicide with her, right? You don't want to commit Sudoku with her, right? It's not possible to win this fight, right? So yeah, you basically if your like support gets caught, play super safe, right? You don't have to what is it? You don't have to like follow up here, right? Just you want to run away. It's not winnable. This fight is not winnable, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, so that
right
was
here.
just because my Janna was caught, or
Impossible. No. You can't win this 2v2, right? It's impossible.
why?
Yeah, tell me why. Why do you why do I say it's impossible?
Okay, possibly because they have. Well, Alistar is gonna jump on me and CC me and exhaust me, and then
Ooh, he already
Tristana's
used
just gonna
combo
do damage.
right here. In this case, he already comboed Janna, right?
Okay, so then I don't know, maybe the minions, or because she used her bomb already. I don't know.
Basically, when you decide who wins or loses a fight, there are two things that matter. One, how do they win? And two, how do you win? Okay, so we discussed earlier that Tristana wins by max stack bomb, right? And then what did we discuss about you guys? You need shield to trade, and that's it, because you have nothing else. So if she shields herself, you have no damage, right? And even if she shielded you, you're also eating minion damage. Minion damage is like also super important in trading. But basically, you guys have nothing going for you in this.
Okay.
So she basically got her full stack bomb off. Well, she should have hit Janna one more time, but you're eating damage, and then they just go on you because you guys have nothing, right? You need shield to win, right? So you didn't have shield because they went on Janna first. So it's impossible. That's how we know it's impossible. Their win condition like went through, right? Land every ability, and then you had no win condition. So that's how you know.
Okay.
So this applies in terms of like trading and in terms of like team fighting, right? So say for example, one team has Sejuani, right? And Sejuani goes in and she misses her ultimate. That team lost, right? Theoretically speaking, if everything's even, that Sejuani goes in, throws her ultimate, and then she has to run away. Instant lose, right? What if she hits like the AD carry that's out of position? Instant win, right? So same thing, win condition, lose condition. In this case, their win condition is Tristana bomb, and then Ali combo, and then you guys just have Janna shield, basically. So you guys don't really have anything. Which is why Jinx Janna is considered like scaling, right? They're better the later it goes on, right? Janna shield becomes ridiculous, and then Jinx 6 item is dangerous. But in the laning phase, you guys are not as strong, right? Otherwise, that'd be too broken. So your job is to like kind of scale up, right?
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys like get caught like this, just like leave her. You can't like fight this basically. Only look for fights you know you win. That's like the bottom line rule. Only fight them
I saw that in a different video of yours.
Oh yeah. Pretty much like only making the play when you like see it in your head, right? You can predict everything. It's pretty much the same thing. If you can't see how you win, you can't fight, right? It's just like impossible to win. So you guys are forced to respawn, coming back to lane.
Yeah. So another question: was my buy there the right thing to do, or what should I have bought with the money I had?
Oh, let's see.
Because it was kind of awkward.
So in a lane like this, if you have no flash, right, then you want to get boots because you want to run away when they come for you, basically. So the call and the boots is absolutely fine here. You can do variations like getting pots and pink ward, but this is fine. This is fine, right?
Okay. So would I get the pink ward if I'm red side? Because where would I put it if I bought it?
If you were red side,
Yeah.
like if you're this Tristana.
No, if I with red side is the right side, right?
Oh yeah, you're
So,
right, you're right,
like,
you're right. Oh, sorry. So in this losing lane, if you cannot defend the pink ward, you put it in a safe spot, right? You put it in a spot where they can't invade your jungle easily, right? So if you put it here, in this situation, what happens?
Yeah, it's gonna die because
Yeah, you
they
just
have
take
lane
it.
control.
So what you can do is put it on that pink, on that blast cone, right?
Okay.
Your blue buff, so that you know that they don't know when your blue buff is spawning. You can even hold on to it. You can put in this tri bush up here, so it's harder for them to dive you, something like that, right?
Okay.
Or if you guys evened out the lane somehow, maybe you can put in the first bottom bush, right, and set up a lane gank. But since you have Nocturne and your lane is not very conductive to ganking, it doesn't look very attractive. You just put it in the most defensive spot possible, right?
Okay.
If you're winning, on the other hand, like if you're Alice or Tristana, you put it here, right? Super aggressive. Make it so they can't come out of their lane. You can even put it here and just push them in all day, stuff like that. So yeah, here. Okay, so another rule of thumb is on a cannon wave, you want a last hit only. You basically want to build a wave, right? Slow push a wave because you can't push this fast enough, right? Basically, we cannot push this fast enough into the tower, so we do the next best thing and only last hit, right? Does that make sense?
Not too much. Why would I do that?
So what you're doing here, what's gonna happen is that you're not gonna be able to push this fast enough, and by the time you guys are like still pushing up, they could all be here, right? So it's basically overextending if you like try and push a cannon wave this early in the game, right? Like
Okay,
where's your team right now?
But if I slow push it, it will push up as well.
Yes,
Eventually, right?
If you slow push it, it will still push, but one, it'll be in a safer spot, right? So if you hard push it, it'll be right outside the tower. You can't push it in. If you slow push it, it'll be like maybe right here. But the big difference is you have 12 minions. They have to fight in 12 of your minions, right? Versus fighting in like 4 or 5 of your minions if they try and force a fight, right? So you have a huge advantage with all your minions. It's basically impossible for them to just YOLO onto you with their jungler. But if you push up, then they can just walk behind them and then just like do it, right? So it's like this is like the not safe option, if that makes any sense, right?
Okay.
So if we pause here, it's gonna since you tried to hard push it, it's gonna meet right outside the tower, right? You're Jinx. You're like no one can push faster than you except for like Saber, and you couldn't push it into tower. So this is like what happens if they just like freeze out here? And remember how we said like it was unsafe for you to like put pinks down out here because they'll just take it? It's the same thing. You can't put down wards here, otherwise they'll just take it. And Warwick comes and you can't do anything, right? We haven't seen where Warwick is, so Warwick could be right here. And then since you guys don't have enough minions, they can just do this. They just go on you and there's nothing you can do, right? So even if you may not die, you lost a lot of HP and now you have to back, right? So that's why on the cannon minion, one of the like general rule of thumbs is to slow push it in. Right? If you can't push it into the tower, you have to slow. Like War could be right here, right? So it's like super dangerous in this case. And since you guys have no HP, they're gonna do it again, right? Or alternatively, like we talked about with HP advantage, they can push you in and then trade and then dive, right? Or since you're pushed up with no HP, that's one of the conditions to dying to a gank. So this is like super scary right now. So this is like nothing. This is like nothing you guys can do. You guys just have to back. You have no HP, right? Unless they push into you, which is nice. Oh wow, they're just going in.
Yeah, Tristana was pretty aggressive.
Right, because she has so much HP, she can just do that, right? So that's like the problem with the earlier play, right? So now you guys definitely have to back. That was bad flash by her, but so basically the consequence of that was they can just do dragon right now, right? Because if your Nocturne brand goes to stop them, what are the numbers looking like? How many people do they have?
4.
Right?
We have
and
2.
Then, yeah, exactly. And then if you throw in the top laners, Shen and Teemo, then it's 5v3, right? So it's just not good. So that's why HP advantage matters. Well, that's also why wave control matters. So if we look back to wherever the cannon wave was, remember on the cannon wave you can't push it into their tower slow push it, because if they do that Alistar engage on 12 minions, they're not gonna win that, right? Or it's less likely for them to win that, right? So that's why we want to slow push it in. Oh wow, so it's kind of going. It's like kind of snowballing in, out of control.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
Nocturne's
I had like 25 kills by the end of the game or something.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Okay, so this is good. Like this is good, right? So this is not a cannon wave, right? So as long as they're not like waiting in here, this is good. You checked. You can push this in, right? So the difference between pushing this in and the cannon wave was that you couldn't push the cannon wave fast enough, right? That was the big difference. Because you need to, when you push, you need to push it into the tower. Otherwise, they're gonna freeze outside the tower, and then you're gonna be super sad. You come out into the lane, and you're gonna die because of a gank, right? So, see, this is good, right? Now she can't do anything because she has to farm these minions. And if she went on you, you had a bunch of minions to fight for you. So, cannon wave again, slow pushes, right? Especially in a losing lane, you just want to try and survive on the cannon waves, right? So if you hit this, that could be scary. Also, the Warwick could be coming anytime too. Warwick's gonna be like level 6 as well. So you gotta ward this bush over here. But yeah, this is basically really hard for you guys to do anything. Okay, so you see Warwick now. Oh, this is good. This is good. So how do you know that was good?
Well, she jumped on me, and Alistar isn't in range, but I have to shield, so our condition is met, and theirs isn't.
You are 100% correct. Okay, now how do you kill her? Now you know you win the fight. But
auto
how do you...
and throw my W out if I have it.
Yeah, and your traps especially, right? If she can't get away, it's like automatic. Yeah, but you honestly win this trade. That's like the big thing to know. You said it exactly right. Look how big the difference is. She did 42 damage, and you did 600 damage, right? So that's so 100% win. There's no way you could lose that. Exactly what you said. Her win condition cannot be met, and yours was. So, right here, she even started with like a little bit less HP, but basically that's the big difference, right? She couldn't get her bomb off, she couldn't get anything off, and then you guys got your shield off. That's it. Boom. That's all you needed, right? So if you do that 1,000 times, you're gonna, well, all you need is to do it once, and then you're good to go, right? So now you have control of the lane. You can start pushing and stuff, right? Hopefully. But yeah. Now that you have HP advantage, it's harder for them to fight you, right? So now that's like one of the big reasons why HP is super important, right? Now you could be one thing you could do is if they're trying to hit your tower, on their, when they auto attack, you can like trap on top of them, right? Or you can hit them instead of hitting minions, right? Like we said, HP matters more than minions. In this case, it's still the same thing. If you can get all of her HP right now for the cost of 5 minions, that's good because it gives you a dragon, right? If you can do take her down to 20% HP, you can go do dragon because it's gonna be what, 4v3, right? If you force a dragon fight, but yeah. So that's why whenever they hit your tower, look for a way to punish them. And if you're hitting someone's tower, you should know how they can punish you, right? Like ally combo you when you hit the tower, for example. Yeah. Or Tristana jump on you from out of vision. So here, there are a few options they can do. They can back. They can be in one of these bushes if they had pinked it. Oh, this Brand is dead. How do we know?
Where's Brand? Sorry.
Oh, wow. Never mind. I lied. He one-shot the Warwick. Never mind. I was gonna make a point that he's in their jungle 4v1, 1v4. It's actually 4v4, but he's so close to the enemy team, it's like 1v4. But he got someone, so I guess he got away with it. Okay, so this is good, right? This should be good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was good without the Warwick. I mean the Nocturnal, right? How do we know this is a good fight?
I didn't watch it before, so probably Jenna gets her shield, and Warwick, Alistar doesn't hit his combo on me.
Just like looking at the map. You just look at the map.
Oh, okay, it's 3v2 or 4v2.
Yes. Or say Oriana's coming down, sure, 4v3. Still numbers advantage. 100% win, right? This is 100. Yep. When you have numbers advantage, I want you to think this is 100% win, unless something crazy happens. And what we mean by crazy is, say Syndra one-shot someone. That's considered like crazy. So unless something like that happens, you're gonna win this fight, 100%, right? Or at the very least, you can't lose it, right? You cannot lose this fight. So Ali engages. This is a loss, right? There's no way they can win. So you're gonna get something here, right? Brand is kind of backing, but it's kind of awkward. But you're at least gonna get this guy, right? You gotta throw your traps on sometime though. So the only reason why this is failing is because Brand like backed right?
Okay.
But also you need a. It is kind of awkward. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, so I didn't want to get hit by the Shen there, so I kind of backed off.
I mean, okay, so how do you force a miss on Shen?
You break his shield, so I probably should have autoed there.
No. You're afraid of the Shenton, right? Is that
Yeah.
that's what you said, right? So how do you force a miss?
With flash, I can flash
Exactly,
it.
right? So flash is a tool to be used to gain an advantage, right? So
Okay.
if he goes for you, you guys win because you're gonna flash it. So yeah. But honestly, this is kind of like Brand's. I don't know what Brand dude. This dude is literally backing in their jungle. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, the I think you play this. All right, you just hit this guy, right? Just keep hitting this guy. I think
Yeah,
you just
so
keep hitting this guy.
wait, can I, just a technical question, can I break the shield when Alistar is ulting?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Because
just,
like
like,
he gets
hit-
resistances, crazy resistance with his ult, right? So I probably can't even break the shield.
Yeah. That's fine. But you can
Okay.
put your traps down so that Shen is trapped when he comes out of the ultimate, right?
Ult.
Basically, you need to be using your abilities, right? So, when you can use them, you should use them, right? Also, the ultimate, if you cannot guarantee the ultimate, just save it as well, right? Because if you use it like in haste, it's like super hard to. It's like you gotta make sure everything hits. Okay, so this is kind of the mechanic. We're getting to the mechanics part of the game. The team who lands more stuff wins, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The team that lands more stuff wins. Like we said earlier in the fight with Tristana jumped 1v2, Alistar couldn't land anything. You guys land more stuff, you win. So this is similar concept. You need to land your abilities in order to win this fight, right? This 4v3 turned into a 3v3 because your brand like backed or some shit. And your team doesn't have TP or something. So you need still the team that lands more stuff is gonna win. So they basically landed everything, right, on Janna, and you guys couldn't land anything.
Yeah.
You just
If
basically
my
need
ult
to
had
use
landed
your
on Alistar, I probably would have killed him, but yeah.
yeah. But you need to use your traps too, right? Like,
Okay.
what's the
Yeah, I
counter
think
to you ulting?
I'm not sure. Having more HP.
Well, like Tristana can
Or,
like
like,
flash and
blocking
block
it.
it and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, right? So, basically, you just need to like use your traps at some point. I don't know,
Okay.
like here or something, right? Or you can use it to
So
cut
where,
off Tristana.
wait, yeah, where should I put him if I
Like, so
put
when you
them
see the
down now?
Shen ult, you wait until the last second, and then you put your traps down so that when he comes out, he's trapped, right? Or at the
Yeah.
very least, you trap the Alistar so you can kill him, right?
Yeah, but
because
the traps have a little they can walk away from them, right?
well,
For, like,
that's
a
why
second.
you put it in a spot where they want to go, right? So Alistar
Okay.
is clearly walking in one direction, right? So this is like guaranteed, right? Or you make him run in like a weird angle, which means you
Okay.
can hit him more. So you basically need to use them at some point. Because if you got the reset on Alistar, you could have like at least gone 1-for-1. But honestly, it's like it's honestly not the end of the world. Honestly, your brand, it was like your brand's mistake. You should have been there, right? And you guys
Yeah,
would
but
have
I
won
could
that.
have done something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that too. Also,
Oop.
you could have. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, hold on to your ultimate too. Everything, like Jinx is super hard to play, right? You need to land all your stuff in order to do as much as like Tristana. Like Tristana is point and click, right? So you have to land your skill shot abilities in order to match Tristana. That's like super hard. So,
Okay.
but that's the kind of what you have to do on Jinx. The trade off is that your late game can be super crazy with your passive. But yeah, basically, when you have these abilities up, look for like the best opportunity to use them. The best time to use CC is when they want to do something, right? To prevent them from
Okay.
doing what they want to do.
Okay, that's pretty general, but yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
get the idea.
If you
If they
look
want to
at
walk away, put the traps there. Yeah.
yeah, if they want to chase, put the trap in front, right? It's all the same idea. If you look at any use of CC, it's all the same. Okay, so Brandon's just killing everyone. That's nice. You don't want to take this fight, right? Because you can't win. At this point, even if Janna shields you, you're gonna get all in, right? You're at the point where they can kill you, even if you land your shields and stuff. So you want to be super careful. Yeah. You want to be super careful about this engage, especially since Yeah. This gen is dead, probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's super awkward. So, um, let's take a look here. Okay, so you saw Warwick top, I hope, right? But,
Mm, I'll say
first thing,
probably.
first thing to like work on, in order to figure out what you need to do, you need to know what everyone else is doing on the map, right? So how do you
Yeah.
know if you should push, freeze, or ward if you don't know where Warwick is, right? So the first thing you should do is if something happens on the map, look to see where everyone is, right? So
Well, the
if you
video is
see
kind of
Warwick is
going
dead,
crazy.
then that's how you know you can ward, right?
Is
Um,
the YouTube video kind of messed up, or is it the Skype
it could be
call?
Skype. Is it not like?
Are you
What
seeing
is?
this? It's like.
What's
Oh,
going
no,
on?
it's better.
Is it okay?
Maybe the connection is like kind of slow or something.
Oh, weird.
Whoa.
Is it still back? Like,
Oh, it's like white. Oh, no, it's kind of back to normal. It's like all messed up. Wow.
what the heck? Okay, let me reset the Skype screen share then.
Yeah.
That's weird. All right.
There were like all kinds of colors on there. Okay,
Anything?
now it looks
Is it
better.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on, but yeah. Now it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I can't defend the tower there, right?
Yeah, you can't really do anything. All you can do is like maybe get XP, right? Or you can bait them into a Nocturnal, right? But he's doing dragon, so that's fine. You get dragon for tower, whatever. It's kind of just like super awkward matchup that went south. So this is not a good fight unless Brand comes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is whatever. Definitely don't take that fight. You're just sitting here farming. Wait, so any questions on what we talked about so far?
No, I think. Wait, let me check. I have like a list of questions, I think. um. No, so far everything's been answered. Yeah.
Okay, the ult. Oh wow. Yeah, the ult thing. Okay, so one way to land skill shots, like one way to help you land skill shots is just like hold on to them until they're running in one direction, right? Hold on to them until they can only go in one direction, right? It's like super hard to like if you miss important skill shots, that's considered a throw in terms of a fight, right? So say
Okay.
it's like 3v3 and Brand misses his stun, then your team is gonna lose unless they miss something, right? The team that lands more stuff wins in an even fight. So like the consequence of missing this ultimate is that you didn't get an assist. You know, like Jinx is wow, what the fuck is he doing? Holy shit,
Yeah, I
that's
was
so
looking
funny.
at that Warwick.
But like, you know, a kill on a hyper carry, right, is super important, right? That could have changed the game, for example. You getting ahead could be like super important. So just like hold on to it. Hold on to your skill shots until you know like for sure. Like the longer you hold on to it, the better opportunity will present itself. So I don't know what Nocturne is doing, but he's gonna die if he fights this. You guys just gotta run. Everyone's just gotta run. Okay, you can win this if you land everything. But yeah, if you had your ultimate here, maybe it could have changed this fight. But I guess you guys just can't win this. They're just two ahead. So yeah, basically, in this situation, when you know that you can't win, how do you know you can't win?
I don't have ultimate.
Right, and that's one big one.
Well, and they get their win condition in the fight. They can put the bomb on me, and Alistar can CC me. And
Exactly.
exalt me.
Okay, and Nocturne is like 0 value, right? Because he has no ultimate.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how you know there's just no way to win. So if there's no way to win, your goal is to just run, right? So maybe stall for your team if you can, but your goal is to just run. You can't win. So don't even auto attack, right? It's
Yeah.
impossible. Impossible to win this fight. The only reason for you guys to bait this is if your team was coming, but if you saw what they were doing earlier, they were fighting already, so they weren't coming. But yeah, definitely don't want to take these fights, right? So in terms of like map movements and stuff, it's good to throw down your traps to try and save them, but then that's it, right?
Yeah.
You just run.
Yeah.
You just run. There's nothing you can do. And even if this is not even even fight because they have a money advantage, right? She has money and you don't, so you just gotta run. Pretty much, it's about recognizing fights you win and fights you don't, basically, right? Does that sound accurate? So like
Yeah.
and especially with in trading, right? Like we said, the fights you win and the fights you don't. Also, what was the thinking behind ultimate?
To clear the wave, or like to make the turret have less hits, and then the minions die faster, so
Okay,
they have less time to hit it.
basically, there's nothing you can do to save this tower,
Okay.
right? But no. Like, can you reason it out for me?
Well, okay. So if I hit the ultimate on one of them, the splash is gonna take some HP of the minions, so the turret is gonna have like 10 hits less or something. So if they have less time to kill the turret, right? Because it kills the minions faster.
Okay, true.
You know what I mean?
But look at the like it didn't do. There's still look
In
how
this-
fast
in
it's taking the
this-
tower, right?
Here it didn't work out, yeah, but sometimes it does.
Basically, you just always want to save your ultimate. Basically, is never used to do something like this unless
Yeah, it's
you're
a pretty
you're
bad use,
executing unless you're executing someone, it's never gonna save a tower, right? The reason why we know we can't save this is because there's nothing you can do to stop them from getting the tower, right? Like there's actually not like if you try and hit the minions, Alistar just dive you, right?
Yeah.
So what does the numbers advantage look like?
That's
at
2
this
versus
tower.
1.
Yeah. And then if you say, you have Nocturne 2v2. Okay, so who has their win conditions? They still have their like Nocturne still has no ult. So you know you can't save this, right? It's actually
Yeah.
it's just impossible. So
Okay.
don't use anything to try and save this. Don't try and save this basically. If it's not a winnable fight, don't take it, right? If
Yeah.
it's not a winnable fight, you can't take it.
I think I was kind of sad that, they were pushing the second turret and no one was helping and stuff.
I understand
but yeah.
that. I understand that, but I have this to be too. But honestly, we just have to, try and stay calm. I guess. Dude, I don't know. I would get tilted too for sure. But you always need to play around your numbers advantage, right?
Yeah,
So
and
if
then
you don't
Brent
have
says I'm
numbers
playing alone
advantage,
here.
don't try and fight, right? Especially when you have a scaling AD carry, right? You're right, like in a numbers advantage fight. As a scaling AD carry, you're worth less than the other AD carry because he's like stronger at that point, right? So say you have like Ashe versus Jinx, who wins?
Jinx late.
Okay, but what if it's level 6? Who wins?
Then Ashe wins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you have to take that into account as well, right? Even if it's 2v2 at the tower, you're not gonna have no ult, and then Triss is just way more stronger than you, so you can't do anything basically.
But,
Janna's making the same mistake, right? What is Janna doing that's wrong?
Well, she's putting in. Well, I mean, she's gonna get killed by Triss because she can't kill her.
But yeah,
I mean,
but like,
she's
what is the
warding
number?
without vision or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she's warding without her team, right? She's warding without numbers advantage, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Right. So you're just gonna get this 1v1. It could have been Alistar here too. So
Yeah.
just
So,
Dunzo.
question. So
Yeah.
Triss is also a late game AD carry, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
The thing is, when you have Tristana, when you have two late game AD carries playing against each other in lane, okay, you have to look at like, who's better, like who's good when, right? It's not necessarily about late game, early game. Like Twitch can still win against Ashe, like for example, and Vayne can sometimes win against Draven, but it's about like how does that happen, right? So Tristana can win lane by getting her bombs exploded, right? If she gets 4 stacks on her bombs, she can win that way, right? Or Jinx, she can win if she gets her traps down. If the enemy steps on her traps and she hits her zap, right? That's one way Jinx can win. But it's just super hard for you to do anything against Triss because it's super hard for you to land your stuff against her because her damage goes really fast and yours needs like a team behind it, right? That's why no one plays Jinx right now. Wow, the hell was that? That was nice, but good on your brand. But yeah.
Yeah, Brand is super strong. He has 8 kills.
You just one shot her, bounced with the minions. Nice. But yeah, it's about like you said, like the win conditions, right? How do you land your win condition is so much harder to land than hers. So it's like really hard for you to win against Tristana, basically. That's why Tristana is just jumping into you guys and you can't do anything, right? That's like part of the matchup is just like super awful, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, they have like some kind of what do you call it, raid boss event going on. That's why the minions look so funny.
Yeah. I just haven't seen it yet. Okay, so something's going on top, and you guys decide to help. How many people do they have?
I can't see it properly, but I think it's 2 versus 3.
If people aren't showing up on the map, you have to assume they have everyone, right?
Okay, so it's 4 versus 1.
So
right
Shen's
now,
4 versus 4 people because Shen is dead or something. I don't know. And then you guys have how many? 4 people, right?
3, 4. Okay.
Right, because Nocturne doesn't count. He's 2 lanes away, way too far. Everyone else is within 1 lane's distance.
If you say 1 lane away, how much is it from like the nexus to the middle of mid lane, or what?
No. Like look at where you guys are right now, right? This is like 1 lane, right? So from this tower to your tower, that's like 1 lane, right? So anything matching this kind of like situation, right? This does not count, right? Your mid tower to their like inhib tower doesn't make any sense, right? You have to have like an even arc, like that's like 1 lane's distance basically.
I see. Okay.
Obviously, it changes based on your champion, right? So if you have Shen, he's like on top of you, right? You always count him as a person. You have Galio, he's also within like super quick 1 lane's distance, stuff like that. And then you having boots or not also counts, right? So it depends. And then proximity counts, right? So it is 4v, what's it called? 4v4, right? But they killed Teemo first, but they also lost a lot of HP killing Teemo. So that's how you know you can still win this fight, right? And Brand gets here. They like face check basically. Brand misses his shit. I think it doesn't matter. Okay, nice try on the ultimate. But basically, the reason why your ultimates aren't like doing anything is because you need to hold on to it. Okay, so if I told you that every time you use your ultimate, it costs $5, right? And if you kill someone with it, you get $20. And if you miss, right, nothing happens. You lose $20. How often would you use that ultimate?
Only if it's perfectly 100%.
Exactly.
Or like 9
you
times out of 10.
You go broke within a day. It's super hard to. It's like it needs to be guaranteed. It's pretty much 90 times out of 100. If you somehow had a save state and you fired this all 90 times and it was like a different parallel universe, how many times would it like land, right? Maybe 30, 40 times. You know, Brand shouldn't be missing that, but you should also hold on to it because if you landed that Orianna was gonna die anyways, right? Your ultimate wouldn't have done anything. If you held on to it, you could like snipe her as she's running away, basically, or you could hold on to it for another fight. For example, Jinx ult is very hard to use. It's like one of the hardest ultimates in my opinion in the game, because when you use it, you basically what you want is you want to reset off your passive, and if you don't get that, it's gonna be really hard for you to find a reset, right? And that's where Jinx is useful. So like, what about here? If you had your ultimate, right?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
useful. But I can also use the zap.
But look how hard it is, right? Look how hard it is. Zap, like even if you say you can get zap, like look, first you have to like land the skill shot. It's like very narrow compared to ultimate, and then it doesn't kill them, so you need like auto attacks too, right? So basically it's like super hard. So basically you need your ultimate. But yeah, so you guys won that fight because someone didn't. I don't even know. Someone didn't come, but Brand did a lot of damage. You had even numbers advantage, even though Teemo died. He didn't die for free.
What you're saying is I should use the ultimate like after fights instead of when my team initiates.
Yes.
In that situation.
Guaranteed in the middle of fights, after fights, right? Anything like that. Also, that's pretty much it. Like every time you use your ultimate, you want to reset. You want an assist or a kill, right? Every time. And you hold it when in doubt. If you have a doubt in your mind, you hold on to it. Okay. If you have a doubt in your mind, you hold on to it. Okay, going to help the Rift Herald is really good. Right, you get the free Rift Herald. So what is the plan now? Where do you want to
go? Probably bot turret because this is the outermost turret that's still up. But I'm not sure.
Okay, basically.
So that's why I'm asking about rotations and movements and stuff.
The goal is to right now it's like you're in a really bad spot because anywhere you go you can die to Warwick, right? So it's like super awkward. Basically, you want to go anywhere where it's safe to farm, right? And right now, nowhere is really safe to farm. So going to help your team is also fine. But basically, what you want to happen is you want to get as many winning team fights as possible, right? Help your team as much as possible. So this looks like a good fight. But yeah, like you need to save your ultimate, right? Like here, same thing, right? It's all the same thing, right? Because if like you know, maybe Warwick comes out and you could have used it on him, or maybe Jinx or something, right? Brandy's like killing everyone though. That's really nice.
Yeah, the way I usually use it is just, yeah, when my team fights, I just shoot it in there to help them.
Yeah, you gotta save it. You gotta save it. Everything,
Okay.
every ability. This is the mechanics part of the game. Every ability you use needs to have high value, right? And what we mean by high value is that it at least needs to hit them, right? And then for ultimate, it's gotta kill them. For your zap, you have to slow them when they're chasing or running away. Traps, you want to make it so that they can't engage easily or they can't run away easily, right? So say you put the traps behind the work, like right here, that would be really good value, for example, because it's going to kill him. He has to flash over it or he's going to run around and he's going to die because Brand's going to get a free hit on him, right? So stuff like that is what you need to do on any champion, really. That's like the basic mechanics. As for what to do, you always help your team, right? This is a good correct choice, right? Coming mid, help your team fight breaks out, you can help, go help, right? Every time you go help. If you can't help, you get as much as you can on the other side of the map. Say if you're up here and your fight was down here, try and get the tower if it's a 4v5 and your team's going to lose. So they're buying time for you to get the tower is basically what's happening, right? Because you usually cannot win a 4v5. So, yeah, basically coming to help your team is good. And then the way you get like CS is nothing is going on. So you're like getting sideways, or after you win something, you go get like this farm, right? Or you're just getting this farm, right? After something happens, you go. So this could be kind of risky if you guys don't have a plan. Yeah, you guys have to back, right? Why do you have to back?
Because they're respawning and it would be 5 against 5, but they have the advantage.
Yes. Why do they have the advantage?
Because they have more gold, probably.
I want to say so because Brand is super strong. It's basically what we're looking at the HP, right? At the 5v5 and the HP and the ultimates, right? So if they respawn, maybe they don't have their ultimates, but they have all the HP and stuff, right? So you guys are gonna have issues if you stay, right? Because no one's full HP. Oh, here we go. What's going on now? Okay, 1-for-1. But then his team is coming back, so could have been a lot worse, but. Whew. But yeah, basically, there's nothing to gain by staying, right? Basically, what you're asking is, what can we get here, right? What can you get here? If there's nothing, then you just back, right? So here you would go top, for example, and you clear this, and you know you can do this because they can't get to you in time, right?
Okay, so this is what I should do in this situation, or like before the fight starts.
So look at this, boom, take the tower,
But
go top.
okay, but wouldn't they just come top and kill me?
Well, you would see them, right? So they think you're pushing, right? So they're mid, right? So if you don't see Warwick, then you know maybe you can be running up here. You also have a ward here, and you have 2 wards in your inventory. So you run into their jungle. You know he can't be here because you just saw him. You ward over the wall, and you keep going top, right? And then you run when you think it's not safe anymore.
Yeah, should I be just taking the farm and recalling, or taking the farm and pushing the turret?
Oh yeah, take the farm and recall. Yeah. You can't like when you push turrets. How do we explain this? You need to. So when the enemy is pushing a tower, how do you stop them? You engage on them, right? So if you ever want to push, you need minimum like numbers advantage, or like a way to run away, or a way to hit the tower without like getting engaged on, for example, right? So as Jinx right now, there's no way you can hit a tower, right, without dying to like alley combo or work out or whatever. So at this point of the game, what you're doing is just trying to collect all this farm. So here you would go top, clear all of this, and then run away and back, right? So that's the game plan here. Or here are some alternatives. Other things you can do is if your team's super strong like this Brand, you can run into their jungle, camp a bush, run into the jungle, take out their minion farm so that their jungler has nothing to eat, right? Go to Baron, bait Baron, right? There's a lot of options, right? But if you can't, don't take an option that doesn't exist, right? You can't push this tower, right? It's impossible because there's nothing to stop Tristana from clearing the waves, right? Does that make sense? Like no one on your team can stop her, except for like maybe Brand, but he's not doing it, right? So it's just not possible, right? So all this like random fighting's going on. You go clear bot. Okay, back. That's good.
Okay,
but, like,
the weird colors are starting again.
Oh, really?
You can reset the
reset.
screen share again.
What the heck is going on? But yeah, like look at the difference between going top and then you ending up going like whatever this is and not being able to go top. There's like 4 waves here and you only got like 2 over here, right? And as a scaling AD, as any AD carry, you need to get like everything, as much as you can, right? So
Okay.
the reason why you're so like, that's part of the reason why you still don't have an item yet, which is kind of awkward. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got to clear this. So you got to clear another wave. Okay, so you have to backping your whenever you're putting your team at a man disadvantage because you need to clear a wave like this, you need to spam ping back. You need to spam ping your team, right?
Okay.
Because you even don't have Teemo or Nocturne, so it's literally 2v5 over here. 3v5 if you count yourself, but you're gonna get there so late, it probably doesn't count, right? And you're so weak, it probably doesn't count as well. So whenever you need that's why recognizing these situations is so important. Is because you can help your team recognize it as well, right? You know, theoretically speaking, everyone on the team should be able to see that. Oh, hey, you shouldn't be mid, so everyone spam pings back. But in solo queue, you just have to do everything yourself, right? So they're gonna get Baron. There's nothing you can do. So you should push. You should push bot here, right?
Wait, so I should push bot here? Not. Oh well. Okay, they can take mid.
Okay, so if they Baron, what do? There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
it's-
my
it's-
thought was okay. They're gonna push mid, so I should defend mid.
Oh
but,
wow, they have no
well,
HP.
they don't
Actually,
have a wave.
oh, you can't stop the Baron. Okay, but yeah, you also defending mid is also kind of questionable. But they had no HP. That was a nice try, I guess. But remember, 9 times out of 10. So you know now, but 9 times out of 10, you thought he was gonna back here, right? But you should save it in case they try and Baron, basically.
Okay,
and
so I should try to steal the Baron with it or kill someone.
No. Yeah. You try and kill someone in the Baron pit, right? You saw they were low.
Okay.
And how do you stop a Baron? You like get resets and kill everyone in it, or you try and steal it, or you kill the jungler, right? You can aim at the. You saw that Warwick
Okay.
was low, so you can wait until Teemo gets vision, and then maybe just always save your ultimate basically until you can find something so free that it's like brain dead. You need to find. That's what we're looking for. Something so free that it's
Okay.
brain dead, right?
But so, okay, question. But
Wait, that he got stuck.
yeah, she stepped back on the traps, but she still survived, I think. So with the ultimate, say, okay, so you say I should only use it if it's like very, very free. But
Yes, 100, like 9 times out of 10, right? Like I
But-
said, you lose $20 if you don't land it, basically, right?
But so how often do these situations come up? Because in the time you save your ultimate, it may have already come off cooldown again, if you know what I mean.
No. Okay, so that's the argument that many people make. So they say use it as many times as possible so you can get as many of them in the game as possible, right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like the more you use it, the better it is. That's not true because it's less about how many times you get to use it rather than that one defining moment that changes the game, right? You want maximum value. Like say you don't have it. Say you're playing Ashe, okay, and you throw your ultimate on cooldown. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses, but you're throwing cross map ults, right? And then after you use your ultimate, the enemy bot lane goes on you because they know you have no ultimate. So basically, the cost of you using your ultimate means you don't have it for however long, right? You lose pressure by using abilities, right? It's not about using it more. It's about getting as much value per ability as possible, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because like, okay, say the enemy team has a Rengar, right? Like it's so stupid to die to Rengar, right? But what if he uses ultimate and then he doesn't do anything? Then you know it's safe to farm 2 side lane waves because he has no ultimate, right?
Okay.
So imagine
Yeah, I
if you
guess,
used it
like-
on cooldown and you just went to farm every time it was on cooldown. Boom. That's a classic example. Or maybe Shen ultimate, right? If Shen ultimate used it on cooldown to like win trades mid, but he didn't get anything out of it besides like helping his mid laner win a trade, then everyone makes a bot lane play and Shen has no ultimate, right? So it's about having it up is like pressure by itself, right? Having it
Okay.
up has value by itself. Like the instant you use it, the enemy knows you don't have it anymore, so they can do like crazy stuff, right? Let's take for example Sejuani ultimate, right? If she tries to use it on cooldown, she misses one ultimate late game. Then your team goes to Baron, and they can't stop you because they have no Sejuani ultimate, right? Isn't that like a good example?
Yeah, but okay, but how high is the value of a Jinx ultimate? Like, how much? I don't like. You don't get that much pressure if you have your ultimate as Jinx, right?
Ah, see,
The enemy team doesn't say, okay, don't engage because Jinx is ultimate.
That's why it's hard to play Jinx, because it's hard to gauge the value of Jinx ultimate. Basically, the value of your ultimate is kill pressure, right? If an enemy gets low, they have to always be scared that you're gonna just fire an ultimate in their face, right? So if you have it up, then they have to be scared. But if you don't have it up, there's no way for how can you kill someone who's standing over here with 100 HP, right? Outside of zap range, and you have no flash. How do you kill him? You can't. So he can just dance inside your auto attack range the whole time. But if you're ultimate, he's gotta be like, holy shit, how do I dodge that ultimate? So he always has to be constantly trying to dodge it or just run away, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, there's nothing you can do against this guy. Maybe if you okay, so this is the only way you can do it. So if you put a trap down on him and then you tank this explosion damage, the tower will target him. But that's kind of like super specific. But yeah, basically, there's nothing you can do to this guy because he's super strong. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of awkward, but yep, this is correct, right? You can't do it. You can't do anything. So, yeah, Jinx is super hard to play for sure.
Okay, so would you recommend I switch to a different champion?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, if you enjoy playing Jinx, then okay, the value of your ultimate was good, right? Even if you didn't get the kill, you got an assist, and that's important, because it did enough damage for Nocturne to finish her off, right? Or I mean, the other way, like the same, you can save it too until she gets feared. But as long as you land it and you get something out of it, right? You land it and your passive goes off. That's what you need, right? Now imagine if you had done that like however many times you use your ultimate before, you would have like enough money to maybe fight her off the tower or something, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend playing something like Tristana, for example, right? It's just point and click. It's super easy. There's a lot of AD carries in the meta right now that are viable. Like Ashe is always the classic, right? Ashe is the classic. Your ultimate is obvious. They don't even have to be low HP for you to get a kill with it. You just CC them when they're out of position. Make sure you land it 9 times out of 10. Boom, easy. The same can be said for what's another good AD carry right now? A lot of them are hard to play.
Well,
yeah, Misfortune.
LS recommends Misfortune.
Yeah, Misfortune is great actually.
Or Ashe.
Just Q backline minion, right? Hit them in lane, and then you wait for the perfect moment for you to use your ultimate, right? What's a good time? When they're chasing. So you throw down your CC and you ultimate them, and they all die, right? That's a great example.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like Jinx, and I like pretty much only play Jinx, but I'm not opposed to switching champion if it helps me.
Okay. Yeah, I would 100% recommend playing a different. Like this champion is like so hard to play, it's like disgusting. Right?
Okay.
Like we can see, like it's not easy, right? You have to land 3 skill shots for you to be like worth picking this champion or something like that, right?
Okay.
So,
I see.
like this Tristana doesn't have to do anything.
That's the first time I heard it like that. I thought Jinx was pretty easy, but yeah.
Yeah. So this fight is going nuts, right? See, now you have no ultimate, so it's really hard for you to get resets off unless they like walk into you, right? So, oh yeah, now you're in trouble. Yeah, basically this game is like pretty sad.
Yeah.
After that.
We win in the end, by the way.
Really?
Spoiler alert.
This brand pop off or something?
We just got lucky, yeah. I mean, we just won a team fight and a choke point. I think Brand just like killed them all
Brand's
or something.
respawning, so they overstay and they all die. I can see that happening. This guy got
By the way,
caught.
the colors are going crazy again.
Okay, my bad. Do you have another replay, by the way? We can go over multiple. Cause
really?
Yeah.
I mean, the hour is already up, but if you feel up to it, sure.
I feel like we should get in some more examples, because this one kind of went south really fast, you know.
Okay, yeah. Well, I actually sent you the other one.
Oh, okay, let me see.
If you wanna, I can look it up. Okay, I have it here. Well, it's just the replay recording.
That's fine. That's fine. Anything is fine right now.
I'll send it to you in Skype.
Yeah, at this point, it's all about like helping your team. It's like from this point on, it's a lot of team. Like basically, you stay with your team and you just try and out team fight the enemy team, right?
Okay.
So
I sent the game to you on Discord.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, you found it already. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to the beginning. So Jinx Leona versus Lucian Zara, right? So how does Lucian Zara win against
Uh,
your team, against your lane?
Zyra roots me, and Lucian gets a Q and his double tap
Right,
thingies on
right.
me.
He gets maximum damage off, right?
Yeah,
Or they can also outpoke you, right?
yeah,
And then the way you guys win is you have to CC lock them, right? So Leona can guarantee your traps, for example, right?
yeah,
Your
yeah.
traps and your zap. So if you can land those things, you can win. But beyond
Yeah.
that, it's like
Quick question.
yeah.
About leashing the jungler. I usually leash around like 5 auto attacks and then walk the lane so I don't miss any CS or experience. Is that the correct way to do it, or?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, leashing is awful, but if you have to leash, that's fine, right? As long as you don't miss any XP, it's like whatever. Um,
Okay, so I shouldn't stay longer
yeah, don't miss
or
any,
something.
XP. For sure.
Okay.
Don't lose any minions because of that. Here, like basically, it's really hard to teach like Jinx because you have like you can't do anything in lane.
Okay.
But basically, you just try and farm, right? Your job is just like try and survive, right? So you Jinx, you scale. You
Yeah.
go for the massive static rapid fire crit at 3 items, and then maybe you can get your passive off with your ultimate, and you go crazy. That's it. In laning, you can't do anything unless your support goes first, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You cannot land your
The
traps,
issue,
right?
the issue I have
Or-
sometimes with Leona is that when she goes in, she's out of range for my traps, so I
Right?
can't.
So then
I
you can't do
follow up
anything,
fast
right?
enough.
You just can't do anything. Then don't follow up, right? She made the mistake of going in too deep. But yeah, a lot of this is gonna be the same. Oh, okay, here. When he dashes in, your Leona's gonna E onto him. So prepare your traps, right? Or your zap, or whatever it is, right? So if you zap him, oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, I might have forgot to skill it at that
Oh,
point.
okay. That's I mean
To
that's
be
fine.
honest,
But,
but yeah.
but basically,
But usually I get that right, but yeah.
yeah. But basically, you wanna predict. You wanna like follow up. You need to predict when Leona's gonna go in, basically as Jinx. Okay, so now like I would be holding on to my E right now, right? There would be a kill, maybe. Oh, that's awkward. Okay, so one
Yeah.
thing for Jinx is that if you can land your traps, you do it, right? Or you can hold on to it, but I think you hold on to it for too long, right? So if they're CC'd, that's the perfect time to layer your CC, right? So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
put
you're
your
totally
traps on
right.
here, it's
I
impossible
don't know
for
why I
them to get
didn't
away.
do that.
Yeah, and then if you trap and you heal, this is a kill, right? But yeah, basically, whenever your Leona is in E range, that's when you want to say, okay, if she goes in, I put my traps down on top. Oh, this is awkward. You're gonna die, right?
Yep.
And how do
I'm
we know
gonna
that?
flash away.
Right? How do we know? How do we know? Well, at least if you don't die, you still lose this fight. How do we know that?
He gets his combo off, and Zyra gets all her stuff off, including her root.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how she fucking he had heal. Okay, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so it's good that you recognize that, right? So basically, the iron rule for Jinx is that you cannot start anything yourself. That's basically don't start anything yourself as Jinx. It's like not possible, unless you have numbers advantage.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why I stepped so far forward.
It looks like you want to take a fight because you have a lot of HP, right, compared to them. But
Yeah, possibly.
it's true that HP advantage matters a lot, but so does being able to land stuff, right? You can't win without landing abilities, and you can't land abilities unless Leona goes first, right? You can't land your zap or your trap, right? So if you try and zap him, he E's, and if you try and trap him, it activates too late, so he just walks away, right? So it's just you always gotta go second as Jinx.
Yeah.
But yeah, the CS, I mean your CS is fine. Oh yeah, this guy's suicidal. Oh wait, you ran.
Yeah,
upwards?
Olaf was in our jungle, so I was like, hey,
Oh.
I gotta help them, and then yeah, this happens. But yeah.
Well, okay, so the way you go help is the other way, right?
Yeah.
You go up through your tower, right? Or if you
I
think you
wanted
can
to
cut
kind
him
of
off.
cut him off, but yeah.
Yeah. But your Leona's not on the same page, so yeah, you just die here. That's awkward. But yeah, basically, you should run up the safe way for sure, right? Honestly, your Leona should be with you, but it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I
fast
think this
forward.
game is maybe kind of a stum too, but yeah. I mean,
That's
you can't
honestly,
learn as
like,
much from the good games, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, this
choose
is
kind
Jinx.
of bad games
Like,
for review.
it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for you to do anything with Jinx. that isn't farming, right? You can't even win this. So this is another concept we can go over. But a failed gank is a throw for your team, right? So a failed gank is like any time when a gank happens and the enemy gets away or they get a kill, even with the gank. The reason why is because the enemy jungler is gonna get something, right? So failed gank is a loss, right? We saw this. Failed gank is a loss. So you want to get ganked as bot lane, and you want to run away with the gank. But the reason why Jinx is so bad is because you can't run away. So this is looking. Whew. Oh wow. Okay, so you guys are making the counter play. Nice. So basically, you take bot, you take all these minions, and you back, right? Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Good,
So talking about rotations and map movement.
Yes, go mid.
So
Perfect.
we take the bot turret, and now my plan was to go mid, but
Yes.
no one. I mean, it's just me versus Fizz. So
Well,
I
you
mean, I
should
can't
you should
really
have your
push him,
Leona
can
here
I?
as well. Basically, your Zed wants to side lane, right? So if you don't want to face like I mean, like, the thing is, you say that you're versus Fizz, you can't do anything, right? Because he's just gonna ult you, right?
Yeah.
What if you go top? He just jumps on you, right?
Yeah.
So now
Probably,
you see
yeah.
the problem with Jinx, right? You have no options. So basically, that's why Jinx is very team reliant. You need your Leona with you at all times, right? Or you always need your team to back you up. So you guys are gonna die here because it's 2v2, and you're playing Jinx, right? Someone's gonna die here. And it's not them. Oh my God, he killed Fizz.
Yeah. I
What
think
the
he's
heck?
pretty. He got some kills or something.
Jesus. Okay. Well, that shouldn't have happened. But anyways, yeah, that's like one of the big reasons why I
Yeah.
recommend
So
not
I
to
went
play,
mid.
right? So
I went mid here, and then they just pushed our bot turret and got the turret, and I got nothing. So it was kind of.
I mean, so basically
Yeah.
what's supposed to happen is that you tell Zed to go bot? I can't read chat or anything, but you want to tell your mid laner to
I think
swap,
I
right?
told him later. Yeah.
Right? And then you want your support to stay with you at all times, right? Otherwise, you're gonna just die to the enemy solo laner, or die to the enemy jungler. So
Okay.
also you can't hit this. Also, never hit an objective unless you've accounted for all the engage that can happen, right? So if she ults you, what do?
Die. Or flash away.
Okay, so then you lose your
Yeah.
flash for like a few hits on tower, right? So you can't hit. Don't try and do objectives unless it's like you have a very obvious advantage, right? So that's
But
part of
so
the reason
how would I-
why.
How would I push the mid turret? Or what should I do objective wise
So
after
here-
I take bot turret in that
So
situation?
here you push a wave and you sit in a bush with Leona or try and rotate with her, right? But you can't hit the tower unless no one's defending it or someone
Okay.
weak is defending it, right? Basically, the first step is, can you push this, right? Is Fizz fighting you for the wave? Or if you can't fight Fizz, then you let him push into you. But if you can push into the tower, you do it, right? You basically push waves into the tower and then look to help your team. That's like the ideal situation, right?
Okay.
You and Leona sitting mid trying to hit this tower. Fizz ults you, Leona tanks the ult, and then you guys can push and then maybe hit him or something like that, right? Gain an HP advantage, and then he can't defend his tower, and you take the tower, something like that, right? Anything. There's like a lot of lines you can play, but basically, you push, and then don't hit the tower unless it's safe, right? So this is kind of weird because Leona's staying bot or something. So you go to help, but there's nothing you can do. So then here you're just farming, right? You want to push out the waves as long as it's safe. Right, there's not much you can do.
Okay, so another thing you said, as Jinx, I can't really push mid alone because she's so team reliant. But
Yeah.
I mean, would I be able to do that with other ADCs?
Okay, give me an example.
MF.
Okay, Misfortune. So say you're pushing up mid lane and Fizz wants to ult you. How much move speed do you have?
I don't know.
You have a lot of move speed. So it's not easy for him to land his ultimate, right? And then
Okay.
Even if he does land his ultimate, if you don't immediately die, you can ult him in the face and he dies. But as Jinx, you have no even if you don't die to his ultimate, you can't do anything, right? So
Okay.
again, you have no options. Also with Misfortune, you can hit Fizz if he tries to walk up into the wave by bouncing it into the minions, right?
Okay.
Okay, so any other AD carries? Misfortune is
Ashe.
weak though. Ashe. So if he does it, if he like tries and jump on you, you also have your ultimate, right? So if he uses his E, he's afraid of getting hit by ultimate. You can also keep your distance with volley, but you also have the same problem with getting hit by the Fizz ultimate, right? But the thing is, the difference between Jinx and Misfortune and Ashe is that after you survive the ultimate with heal or something, you can't do anything with Jinx, but Misfortune and Ashe you can. And plus, with Ashe, you can, like, if you push the wave and you rotate, you can use your ultimate to catch people, but with Jinx, you only have your traps and your zap, right? So there's like, it's just like she's just super weak, right? Jinx is just super hard to do anything with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, which ADC would you recommend between Ashe or MF to climb?
I would say try them both and see what you like best. You can also try like Saber. She's also pretty basic as well, right? Press R and then don't miss your Q, and then make sure you use your. Oh wow, this is spicy. Oh, if you have trap there, right? This is a kill, right?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah, because she's CC'd, chain CC'd.
Right. So trap and then stun and then zap and then ultimate. Boom, dead. Right. So the thing is, the reason why Jinx is so hard to play is because if you miss these opportunities, you like can't do anything for the whole game.
Okay.
So, same. Okay, it's good that you still have your ultimate because you can do something here too. If you run into this bush and ult him, maybe, or even if you keep holding on to it. But yeah, it's just like super hard, right? Yeah. One thing you can do is hide out of vision and ultimate, and they can't dodge it, right? Even if they have flash, it's super hard to dodge. So any skill shots from out of vision.
Here's just the question: is that if I would hit him, because he was backing in the middle of the wave and I didn't know where he was, so.
So how do you hit this guy? Is what you're saying? Let's see. Yeah. Is it even possible? So he's running. If you go back here, if you go back here, and you shoot down the middle, maybe. But even then, it's kind of risky.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not easy, right?
Okay.
So you save it, right? It's fine to save it. But the real opportunity was over here, right? With the with the trap and it was impossible for her to get away. Oh wow! Wait, what happened here?
Yeah, I used my ult there.
Yeah. So Leona's trying to fight. It's just not possible because you guys are weak, right? Nothing you can do. You have your ultimate, but it doesn't matter. Oh no! Can you get her? Oh, it's tragedy.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can keep auto attacking them, right? And then save your ultimate until even if someone else tanks it, she dies, right? You know Zyra has no flash, so if you hit Zyra like 2 times and then flash her root, right? Fizz has nothing left, right? So if you auto attack her, flash her root, and then you ultimate her, she dies, right? But it's just like so mechanically challenging that it's like, how can I tell you to do? Like I don't know. It's like super hard, right? Jinx is just insane to. It's less about Jinx needs like equal parts like macro and micro versus something like Ashe, which is like press R and then make sure you don't miss your volley. Wow, seems good. But yeah, so you're staying mid. So you push out the wave and then you went to ward. That's good, right? Leona kind of like dies. It's kind of awkward. But now your job is to wave clear, right? In a defense situation, you want to wave clear and look for an opportunity to engage. Or hit them enough times that they can't stay. Okay, you guys wave clear. That's good. But yeah, sometimes you can't even hit the wave because you're scared that the enemy team is just gonna jump you, right?
Yeah.
So it's like super hard. But yeah, like playing Jinx is a big factor of why it's like really hard for you to do anything in these games. Because the opportunities are not often, and the opportunities that do come up are highly mechanical, right? Like you have to land those traps. You know how hard that is? I probably can't do that. It's like super hard. Oh, okay. The ultimate whiffed. But yeah, if you have no ultimate, you can't do anything, right? So you can't do anything here. See, it's just like super hard.
Yeah. Okay, so about the warding.
Yeah.
Can you,
so when you ward,
where should I be putting my trinket wards in lane as ADC, and where should I be putting control wards?
Okay, let's look at Rift Kit. Is this here we go. This thing. Open up. And then can I zoom in? I don't know. Can you see this? Good enough? So we're looking at bot lane, right? Just move this map. Can I move this map? Oh, here we go. Okay, so if you are this side, remember that Tristana Alistar game? If you're in control of the lane, like your Tristana Alistar, So can I move these guys? Oh, here we go. Okay, perfect. And then you just got like this or something, whatever. Say the wave's in the middle. Okay, you're just on an Alistar. The first thing you do is push it out. Okay, so you push out the wave. Boom. Okay, they have to clear the wave on their tower. You guys could literally be anywhere, right? You could be in this bush. You could be in this bush. You could be in this bush. They have no idea, right? So what you want to do is put your pinks here and here. Right. Okay. Is this pink ward? Okay. So if they have pink ward here and here, what happens is that they have no vision anywhere in this map, right? So this is the big part. They have no vision in the river. So if anything happens in the river, what happens is that, oh hey, we go help first, and then these guys have to follow you and face check this bush, or they have to take the long way around, and then you guys can just win the fight before they get here, right?
Okay.
So these are the super aggressive control wards, right? So you're gonna always push them in, and they can't do anything about it. And the reason why is if they try and fight you, right? They try, like we said, if you're pushed up, don't take any trades, right? If they want to try and trade with you, your jungler could be right here, right? Your jungler could be on this pink ward, and they have no idea, right? And then your yellow wards, let me see. Can I move this? Yes. Your yellow wards could be, right here. See where their jungler is. Since you have control of these bushes, it's very easy for you guys to go together after you push, right? Always after you push. Very easy for you guys to go together while they're clearing the wave, right? Just put like wards down. Litter the enemy jungle with wards. You can put a boom, boom. Control the enemy jungle right here.
Okay.
3 wards is pretty good, right? You have one trinket ward, one trinket ward, one trinket ward. And if you're in the position like you were, Jinx, Janna, you want to make it so that you want to put your ward here to make sure they can't control this, so that your jungler can maybe do something, right? This is another good spot to deny vision over the wall, right? And then here, if you can get it, right? This bush could also be used for you, but if you're losing lane super hard, they're just gonna take the ward and you can't do anything about it, right? So, basically, and if you're struggling, right, you want to put your wards in weird spots, right, so that they won't sweep it. Right? Maybe in the middle of the ward, like how do I delete this? This.
The eraser.
This. Here we go. Yeah. But yeah, if you need a ward here, somehow if you push the wave out and you can get a ward behind them, that could tell you when the jungler is coming, right? This would be sweeped, so they would think there's no wards here, but there's a ward right here, here, as deep as you can, as safe as you can, right? As in your losing spot. Okay. What else?
So if you're Alistar Tristana and you're not winning super hard, or if it's a different matchup,
and you're not losing. Okay. Perfect. Let's remove all these. Okay, Alistar Tristana, blue side, and you're not winning hard, right? You're losing, in fact. To say something like Lucian Zara, okay? So let's move these guys. Alistar, Tristana, Lucian Zara, they're pushing you in 24/7. What you want to do is, your jungler is coming, so you want to put a green ward here, right? To see when they come fight for this pink, right? So say they push you in and they go, and then you have your jungler. You should have your jungler here. Hopefully, it would be pressure. They don't know where your jungler is, but if he's like right here, they have to be scared taking this ward, right? Or you can put a pink here as well, and then have your jungler run in. And then as you guys fight for this wave, your jungler could come in, right? And then if somehow something goes on and you can get like a ward behind them, you get a TP gank going here. But basically your pinks should be used to create pressure. Wow, I need to delete these. Your pinks are used to create pressure to make them scared into thinking that, the enemy team could be here. Because if you don't have this pink here, they know for sure that your jungler is not ganking. Or if they have a ward here, they know for sure, right? So you use it to use your pinks to create pressure, right? But if you put out your pinks too far and then they just clear the wave and go get it, you can't stop them from getting it because you're busy dealing with the wave, right? They push in a wave to you and you're busy clearing it out, so you can't go stop them. So yeah, a general strategy would be like pinks and then put your greens in front of your pinks so you know when they're coming to clear your pink wards, right? So this is great.
So
as well.
how often should I be buying pinks as
If
ADC, or like how early?
If you don't, I always get it like first back, second back, as early as you can, because that's when jungler ganks are still happening, right? Unless you're like lane is just like so done. I mean, even if your lane is losing, you should buy pinks to help your team. Basically, every time. If it's not on the map, you buy another pink. Or if your pink is at risk at being taken, you buy another pink, right? So say if you made a mistake and you put it here, I'll actually just buy another pink because they're gonna take it, right? Or if you guys swap, say you guys destroyed bot tower and you go mid, you buy another pink because this pink is no longer useful to you, right? Put it here, in aggressive spots, any of these, and you're just pushing mid, right?
Okay.
So yeah, Anything else about wards?
Yeah, as a support, does it? What should I be doing as a support
Oh,
with
it's like the same. It's the
pinks
same
and
thing, right? This is
sidestone
like
wards?
it's like bot lane. Yeah, yeah. It's the same strategy, right? As deep as
Or
you
like
can, as
after
safe as you
lane?
can. And if you're trying to make a play, you want to put it close, right? This is a great spot. This pink ward right here is a great spot for ganks. Everyone just sits in this bush and then they come ward, right? What's the first thing the enemy team is gonna try and do after they clear the wave? They're gonna come and try and ward, right? And you're just sitting in this bush. So pink, like aggressive pinks are great for support as well, right?
So as a support after lane, say we kill their bot turret and then we start pushing mid. Should
Okay,
I just be
so
putting it in the river, a pink, and then the green wards around it?
so let's see. How do we delete these? Say you guys are pushing mid. I want to move all these guys real quick. And then you guys swapped or whatever. Your jungler's like here somewhere. I don't know. And then they swapped. And there it is over here. So you guys are pushing them in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You push them in. You're just doing whatever. Then as a support, there are a few things you can do. Is dragon up? If so, you want to play the dragon side. Like what do you want? Do you want the Rift Herald or do you want dragon or do you want Baron? Do you want Elder Dragon? It depends, right? So if you want dragon and you don't care about this right now, you want to control this side of the map, right? So if you can push them in and then you can stick a ward in here, that's really good, right? Or you can stick a ward in here, right? Those are like really good, right? But it's also dangerous because invading without your team is also dangerous. Is like dangerous, right? You're in their jungle. But anything like this to figure out where the enemy team is, right? If you can see them over here, super far away, you can start the dragon, right? If you're a blue side, this pink is perfect, right? Because if they try and ward over, they can't see anything, right? So you say you sweep the dragon pit, boom, put a pink here, right? And then you put green wards over here is really good, so you can see when they come to try and contest, right? These are common pinks as well, but I think they are not as strong as these other ones I was describing, right? River control, this is also really good, right? They can't see if they're gonna get engaged down over the wall or not, right? So if they put a pink down, then you have a green over here, and try and walk along to try and stop this dragon, and then you guys just engage with them over the wall. It's really strong, right? So anything like that. And then on the other side, it's like the same story, right? Pinks here. This pixel bush, I guess, if you want. The red side will love this pink, but that doesn't really apply for blue side, right? Anything that can control the river, right? So this is also important. This is also super important. This side of the river is important, right? Like getting a green in here or pink, right? And seeing when they enter the river is super important, right? So anything along those lines, right? These are all good spots, especially since they can get swept, right? This one's like really spicy. This one, right? Because the enemy pink can't see it, and then hopefully they won't have here. So when they walk into the river, you'll know, right? And then a bunch of like common mid lane pinks are like here, so that the enemy can't see when you're walking around, right? When you're walking through, and then here, same thing on the other side, right? So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions?
Yeah, I have some small stuff left. When I'm laning against Zyra, when she puts down plants, should I auto attack them or run away from them?
Oh, you don't like don't hit those things unless you can just like kill them for free, right? So if we're looking at this, like unless you have nothing else to hit, then go for it. But the plants are like basically if they're hitting you, you should be running away, and if they're not hitting you, you can just kill them, right? So never like tank the plant damage for no reason, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then when should I buy pots versus any lane?
Wait, when should you what?
Buy potions. Health potions.
When you think you need to sustain, basically what people do is buy refillable, on like the first back, and then they're just like use it when they get low. But you should be trying to avoid getting hit anyways, right? So say you're playing against Zyra, you know she's going to put a plant down and then Q, right? So what do? You make sure you don't get hit by the Q so that the plant hits your minions instead, right? For example, for Lucian, you know he's gonna dash in. So if he dashes in, you say your Leona is going to go on him and you win. So it's okay, be in dash range. But don't stand up into his Q range because you can't stop his Q, right? Stuff like that, right? So in terms of like potions, basically, start Doran's Shield and then buy refillable first back if you need it, right?
Okay. Wait, did you say Doran's Shield?
Yeah, Doran's Shield. Doran's Shield is good for lane, right?
Okay.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Doran's Shield is like super good.
So my thought is always, well, if I take shield, I lose combat stats, right? I lose AD, so I
Well,
get like weaker poke and stuff. So
I
wouldn't that
mean,
hurt my lane if I'm like an all-in lane with Leona?
not okay. So it is true that you have like less AD to fight with, but the trade-off is that you get a consistent laning, so that if something goes wrong, you don't automatically like lose the lane. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the way you're describing is like you're like missing out on possible winning trades, but playing like a losing lane means that you're not gonna have those winning trades anyways, right? Um, Especially when they start Doran Shield, then you're just like, oh, you really can't do anything, if that makes any sense, right?
Uh, Wait, can you repeat that?
So if they start Doran Shield and you start Doran's Blade and you go for like trades and stuff, they're gonna
Oh yeah,
regen more than
so
you are
yeah,
after they push you in, right? Because you can't
yeah,
get
right.
auto attacks. It's just when you're in a losing lane, you just take Doran Shield. It's just like it's too strong, to just take Blade. Blade is like hurting yourself pretty much. Um,
Wait, so what? If you're in a losing lane, you should take shield.
yeah.
Okay.
And if you're in a winning lane, you still still take shield, right? Maybe almost never take blade, pretty much. I
Okay,
don't think
so
I've ever started Doran's blade.
what's the situation where I should take blade?
When your lane is so goddamn strong that the enemy bot lane can't do anything, then you take blade. That's pretty much
Oh,
it. I
okay.
can't even think of a situation right now because pretty much you always take shield. Maybe if you're like jeez, like, what's a good example? Callista Braum versus Vayne Blitz. Oh yeah. Maybe you take Blade then, because they're not gonna be hitting you. But yeah, it just doesn't happen. You just pretty much always,
Okay.
yeah. You can't go wrong with Shield, is what I'm trying to say. But you can go wrong with Doran's Blade. So yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I have anything else.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
yeah.
for the
So what do I do if my bot lane just both turrets stay up like after 20 minutes? Should I keep going bot or should I move out and
if
like try to help my
both
team?
towers are up at 20 minutes, like both
Yeah.
teams' towers.
Yeah, both bot towers.
I mean, you can still go bot, but I would say, 20 minutes Baron spawn. If you have the potential to do Baron, you can swap mid, and if they go bot, you can pressure like trade mid tower for bot tower, and then pressure Baron, right? So at 20 minutes, if both towers are still up, you can look to trade with you can look to swap with one of your teams. Also, at 20 minutes, if both towers are up and you think they're gonna go bot, you can lane gank one of your own lanes. And if you kill them, you can take a tower, two towers, Baron, something, right?
Okay.
So at 20 minutes, people are getting strong, so you have a lot more options at that point. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go bot, as long as you can get something, right? The goal is, what do I want and how do I get it, right? And then how does the enemy stop me from getting it, and how do I like counter that, right? So, say if you're playing like Ashe and Leona, right? Or Ashe Blitzcrank, that's probably more common. Against like Tristana, Alistar, right? And it's 20 minutes, both towers are up, both of you guys just recalled. Say, what if you go mid, right? And then you ultimate the enemy mid laner after they get like stunned or they like get baited into getting traded, right? You know the enemy mid laner has no flash, you ult them, blitz hooks, boom, you take tower and you go Baron, right? And then they have to face check Baron or they lose. Or they keep pushing bot and you take Baron anyways, right? So you have a lot of options depending on what you do. But if you're Jinx Janna, you can't do that, right? It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
depends. It depends, right? So
I think I'm gonna start maining something else.
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know. When I saw you main Jinx, I didn't know how to put it, but it was like Jinx is not in a great spot right now, so it's like you're
Yeah.
like kind of handicapping yourself
I see.
if you play Jinx, yeah.
Well,
But,
that's good to know.
yeah. Pretty yeah. I hope you got something out of this. I don't know. It's kind of hard to teach Jinx, but basically, I think the big thing that we went over today was when you use abilities, make sure you have high value, right? You need high value out of anything you play, right? So if you play Misfortune, and you whiff an ult, that's like an ultimate that could have won a team fight, right? Or you're playing Ashe and you miss an ult, same thing. Any champion applies, any role applies as well, right? So it's also a good indicator, if your team misses something important, that's like a sign to back off. Or if the enemy team misses something important, right? Like a Malphite ult, they miss, that's a sign to go in, right?
Yeah.
So stuff like that is I think a lot of what we covered today. Also the whole help your team if you can, right? One lanes rotation, and if there's nothing else to do, try and farm a lane that's safe, right? And usually after you get something, try and look for after you get an advantage, right? HP advantage, or you kill someone, try and look for things you can take. If you can't take them, don't stay. Like at that mid tower example we saw, right? If you got the advantage by killing people, but then you guys tried to stay, but you couldn't actually hit the tower, right? Um, only start objectives when you have an advantage, right? Clear
Okay.
when you have a clear way of doing it, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I think that about
Okay.
covers most of it. But
Yeah.
if you do have replays of like a different champion that's better for the meta, definitely hit me up. I think we can go over that better.
Yeah. I'll see.
Alright, man.
I'll start getting into it, and if I have problems, I'll hit you up.
Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, I'm always on Discord. But yeah, good luck in your games. Do you mind? Do you want me
Yeah,
to
thanks.
put this up on YouTube for you to look at?
Yeah, that would be good actually. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But other than that, I think that's about it.
Okay. Cool.
All
Thank
right.
you very much for the coaching.
Good luck with your games. Let me know how they go. I am curious. Yeah, and definitely
Yeah,
hit me
I
up
will
if you
do
have any
that.
questions. So.
Okay. So see you.